By now you're probably wondering, what the heck am I watching? Well, you just watched me buzz my own hair before joining the army. Why did I show you it? Because I was in the army when COVID-19 broke out. It was closer to the end of my service that it happened. I was a sergeant. I was put directly in charge of 12 soldiers and indirectly over 54 soldiers at this time. I was recently put in that position. Then COVID broke out. It did not affect me and my soldiers like it affected most other soldiers. My battalion was selected to be the COVID response team. There was a lot of complicated details that I will skip for the time's sake. But what my soldiers and I had to accomplish was to screen every single person that comes in and out of our base 24/7 until indefinitely. After leaving out the mission essential personnels, I had 32 people to cover 5 gates 24/7. The only way I could cover that was by splitting a day into 3 shifts and putting 2 people per shift. It lasted 3.5 months without a single day off because, again, we didn't have many people. We only had 32 people to cover 5 gates for 24/7. And my schedule became really bad. I had to wake up at 2 a.m. By 3 a.m. I had to meet up with my team and head to the gate. From 4 to 12, I had to guard the gate and screen for COVID. I screened about 1,000 people every day. At 12, I got lunchtime. At 1 p.m., I had to go do PT. And from 3 to 7, I had to do my daily tasks and training exercises as normal. At 7 to 8, I got dinner time. And from 8 to 9, I had to check on my soldiers as I was in the leadership position. And I had to write reports to my leaders, telling them how my soldiers were doing and how everything else was going. At 10, my company always met. We did head count and checked up on everybody, told each other how things were going with each other, and I would go to bed at 11. And again, wake up at 2 a.m. with no days off for 3.5 months. It was not a good time. I lost about 20 to 25 pounds within the first 2 weeks because I was not eating. Instead, I was sleeping during my meal times. It was a very hard time for me. There are a few things that kept me through all this difficult time though. The first thing was my buddies. We goofed off more than before. Not all of them had the schedule like mine. Mine was a little extra because I was on that leadership position. But we were all so tired. None of us had a single day off for 3.5 months. And we weren't allowed to go anywhere but the barracks and work. We started doing some funny stuff. We were taking funny videos and singing and dancing. Yup, that's me trying to break this. And now, here comes the worst clip of this time. Let's just watch for a second. Yup, we lit our armpits on fire. Although it was stupid and dangerous, it was these little moments that kept us going and kept us from going insane. Second thing that kept us going was working out and training. PT was part of my schedule that was so full, but it was necessary. It was important as a soldier to stay physically strong, but it also helped my mental health. I don't think I was quite mentally healthy necessarily, but doing PT daily definitely helped. These are some videos from the trainings that I was on. Although these training exercises are physically extremely demanding and exhausting, I chose to go over my crazy schedule. Maybe it was harder physically, but it gave me a chance to get away from the setting that I was stuck on, and it was the only chance of me going anywhere that could be refreshing. As I said, it was close to the end of my service, and I got out. Now I could finally relax. I had 1 week to just relax, but it was not good for me. In that 1 week, my mental health was taking a deep dive because I couldn't go anywhere or I couldn't do anything. I had to get busy again. I found a job at a warehouse and I was with people again. My job was physically very demanding, but because I was with people and I became good friends with them, I got better. Keeping busy and being around people got me through this difficult time, and my mental health recovered. What I learned from this was that it is important to be with people, a good community. It was my buddies that got me through my time in the army, especially when things got so bad. It was my buddies that we all could go through all the hard training in general, not to mention when things got harder. It was my people at work that I could stay positive and mentally healthy. Soon after, I learned that it also applies to faith walk. Through all this time, although I was born a Christian, I was not following the Lord. But soon after, when I came back to America, I met new people, a campus ministry called Chi Alpha. I was connected to these people and I soon rededicated my life to Christ. Lord used them to call me back to his side. And now that I am around people that are following and growing in Christ, I am also growing in faith. Through all these things, God was always using people to help me through rough times.